Hey guys, so today I'm here with the ICI Magnum RT cab length side step bars fitting all 2005 and up double cab Toyota Tacomas. So if you're not a fan of the factory side steps that came on your Tacoma, or you didn't get them at all and you're looking for something that's going to fill up this wheel-to-wheel space while also being very functional as well as looking good at the same time, this option by Magnum is going to be a great choice to take a look at. So like I said, this is going to offer you a number of different benefits. First off, it's going to be very durable and protect your rocker area, which is one of the most vulnerable places on your truck. So this is going to be made of 10 gauge steel with a texture black powder coat finish. So this is going to be able to take a hit whenever you need it to, while also resisting any rust or corrosion on the metal underneath. What it's also going to do with this texture black powder coat finish is give a very sleek but aggressive and off-road look to the side of your Tacoma. The other main benefit of these side steps is going to be this drop down step. So if you need a boost up into your truck, maybe if it's lifted, this is going to provide a large stepping surface in order to do that. This also has diamond plating and a little bit of a riveted accenting on there for some extra style as well as a little bit of traction. And you even get the branding Magnum down at the bottom that's cut out into the diamond plating for a little bit of extra styling. So these are just going to be south of $400, and I personally think after installing these and seeing the quality of the actual side step that they're definitely worth that price point. They were very easy to install and they fit very nicely up against our Tacoma's rocker, and I personally like the boxy design of these compared to other options on the page. Now these will be a little bit more expensive than some other options, but those lower priced options are just going to be a little bit more basic and they may not offer that double purpose. So instead of offering a ton of protection as well as a drop down step, they may just help you get a boost up into your Tacoma. So install is going to be a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It is going to take you about 2 hours and a couple of basic hand tools to get these installed. However, speaking of the install, let's jump into that now. The tools that I used for my install were a 3/8 inch drive ratchet, a flathead screwdriver, 13mm deep socket, and a 3-inch extension. So to kick off this install, you will need all of the brackets. We're going to go ahead and mount all of our brackets up on our Tacoma first and then install our side step. So you'll need your provided hardware, something comfy to lay on, and a 13mm socket. So what we have to do first, and this depends on your model if your Tacoma came with factory side steps or not, we just have to remove these plugs that are protecting the factory threaded holes that are in our body. So I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver and thread out that plug, and this is just protecting those threads. Now if you have factory side steps, you most likely will not have these plugs. So now that we have our plugs removed, I grabbed our center bracket. All your brackets are going to be different. This is how your center bracket is going to be set up. We're going to attach this part to our Tacoma body, and then this bottom portion is going to be attached to our side step. So we are just going to line that up with the holes in our body, grab our provided hardware, and thread that in. So this is going to be your bolt, your lock washer, as well as the flat washer, and we're just going to loosely install this. You do want to make sure that it is snugged up enough though that once we attach our side step that it doesn't pull out that bolt. So now we can repeat that process in the front, starting with our plugs. So now we can take our front bracket, we're going to attach these 2 top holes to our body, and then these bottom 2 are going to be to our side step. So we can take our same hardware and go ahead and install that. So now that that's loosely attached, we can move to our rearmost bracket. Now we can take our rearmost bracket. This is going to be our L-shaped bracket. I'm going to attach our hardware. So once all of our brackets are snugged up, we can go grab our side step and start attaching them to our brackets. So making sure that you have the correct side of your side step, we're gonna go ahead and attach basically our attachment point. So we have 2 holes here that are gonna match up with the 2 holes on our bracket on our Tacoma. However, they don't have anything that could thread the 2 together, so you are provided this nutser. So what we're gonna do is pass that through, make sure everything lines up. Then we're gonna take a retainer clip and we're just going to thread that on. This is just gonna make sure that this is not falling down while we are trying to attach everything when we're putting this up on our Tacoma. So after that's threaded on, you can tell that that's held in place pretty well. There's not a lot of movement up and down. However, we still will be able to move that back and forth when we need to adjust it on our Tacoma. So you will be provided a bolt to attach through this hole, as well as a nut and a lock nut and a flat washer on this side. So now we can repeat this process for the other 2 mounting points. So now that our nutserts are in place, we're gonna go ahead and mount our side step up to our Tacoma. So as you can tell, our side step is sitting on our bracket from our stud here. We're gonna tilt this up so it's sitting on here properly, attach our flat washer, lock washer, and nut, and get that snugged up enough so that it can sit in place while we attach everything else. So now that that's attached, we can maneuver our nut plate on the other side, line that up, and attach our bolt, flat washer, and lock washer. So after that's snugged up, we can repeat the same process on the front and the rear bracket. So it's going to be your flat washer, lock washer, and then the nut. Lock washer is going to put pressure on the nut to make sure it stays attached. So same thing goes for your bolt. You're going to have your bolt head, the lock washer, and the flat washer. Lock washer is going to be in between the flat washer and the bolt, and that's going to put pressure on the bolt to make sure that it doesn't come off. Now we can move to the front. So with a 13mm socket as well as a 3-inch extension and a ratchet, we're going to go ahead and tighten all of these bolts down. You can also tighten up the top body mounted bolts with the same socket. Then we can repeat that process on the other 2 mounts. So after you've tightened down all of your bolts, we can repeat that process on the other side. So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos like this, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.